So a customer, a prospect, they're gonna reach out to you because you are the expert. No matter how they find you, who told you about you, who told them about you, you're the expert in detailing. You have the solution. They have a problem. They want you to solve it. So they contact you, they email you, they text you, you talk to them in person, and they tell you that their headlights are messed up, the interior smells, the leather's ugly, the wheels and tires aren't the same, the paint's not shining, whatever it may be. Just because you are the professional, you are the business owner, you are the detailer, you are the one going to solve the problem, doesn't mean you have to know everything that's going to come your way. If you don't have the answer, or if you're on site and you can't figure it out, or something's going wrong, that's okay. The reason you're a professional is because, one, you're taking the time out to learn, to hone your skills. You have the equipment, the tools. You've been doing it for a while. You want to make it into profit, a passion of profit. That's all fine. But the other reason why that they contact you and you're the professional is because you're willing, and I'm assuming you're willing to be truthful and honest to say, I don't know what I'm doing right now. Now, I'm not saying you're going to say this to the customer. I'm just saying this is what you're going to think about, and you're going to, communicate it towards the customer saying, I'm having issues with this. We need to figure this out. I'll reschedule it for tomorrow. I'll come back in a few hours. Let me call my friend that's also a detailer, whatever it may be. But just because you come across this problem that you can't solve doesn't mean you're not good enough, or that you're defeated, and you're gonna feel so bad about charging the customer, or you're not gonna charge the customer at all. It's okay to not know every single answer to every single problem that's gonna come your way. Every car is gonna be different. Every stain is gonna be different. Every paint is gonna be different. Every swirl and scratch is gonna be different. Every metal polish is gonna be different. Every wheel and tire is gonna be different. There's gonna be things that you come across in your detailing business, on your detailing venture, that you're just not gonna know the answer. You're not gonna have the tool. You're not gonna have the experience. That is absolutely okay. Now, what's not okay is when you can't solve it and you try to go through it and mess up the customer's car even more. Or you're not putting out quality work, and you tell and you lie to the customer and say, or you just try to get out of it without them noticing, or without them without being fully truthful to them, saying, hey, look, XYZ because of XYZ. Not explaining to them truthfully of what happened to their car, or what they think, or what you think happened with their car, that it didn't turn out as good as it could. So, as a professional, okay, again, you're a professional, you know your tools, your products, you know the paint, you know how to detail. But when those instances come across you where you just flat out, the paint's giving you a hard time, the headlights are giving you a hard time, whatever it may be, it's best just to say to the customer, hey, look, this is actually one of the worst XYZs I've ever dealt with. It's giving me a hard time. I'm going to finish everything else up. And you're going to eat a bullet on this one and say, I'm going to finish the car up. I'll probably have to come back tomorrow, next week. Let's reschedule this just so I can come back and clean that specific area, because it looks like it's going to take me a bit more time. And so you will probably most likely lose money, or you won't make as much, because you'll probably have to make 2 trips. You'll take more time, but that's okay, because you have to give the customer the best experience they possibly can, without a doubt. Because if you don't, and you try to short them, or you try to finish it with not phenomenal results, they can leave you a bad review, which will hurt you 10 times more than just taking out the time to do the job right, and taking a bit more time and not making as much money, not being as profitable, which is much better, trust me, than having a bad review on a review site. And again, it's gonna help you become a better detailer with handling customer service, with that, and handling that particular problem that you're having, that you first face. So as a detailer, you'll go through a lot of first time things. Eventually there will be a paint that's too hard for you. There'll be a paint that's too soft for you. There'll be an interior that's too dirty for you. There'll be leather that's just too ugly. You can't restore it to what the customer wants. Your communication skills will be better. Someone's calling me. So, to wrap up this video, you need to be truthful and honest to yourself of a problem that you can't fix, or you're just having trouble with it. Number 2, communicate effectively to the customer saying, hey, look, I didn't mess anything up. This particular XYZ, whatever you're working on, is just a bit more difficult than all the other ones I've ever worked on. 3, I'm going to figure out a solution. I may have to come back. I may have to reschedule later on the week, later on the month, later on today. But we'll get it solved. And I'll still do everything as promised and give you the best results that I possibly can, or whatever you two agreed upon before the detail actually started. That's the main gist of this video. You don't need to know everything, because there will be frequent times throughout your venture, throughout the years, throughout the months, and especially if you're just starting off and you have very little experience, there's going to be a lot of times where you're like, I really don't know what to do here, which is fine. Again, if you have other detailers that you can reach out to, do that. You have detailing forums, you have YouTube videos, plenty of resources for you to figure it out. Just don't go through it thinking you know what you're doing when you're not too sure on what it is you're actually doing. You don't want to think you know what you're doing and go through it hesitant on how the results are going to come out, and then you mess up the customer's cart even more, and then you try to lie over that to try to get out of it, which you shouldn't. Avoid it at all costs. So just be honest, truthful. Reach out to those that have the answers to your problems. Again, the forums, the YouTubes, the people, the bunch of resources you can find online. A quick Google search. Try, if possible, do it on site. Again, you might take a little longer. Communicate to the customer that it's going to take a little longer because it's, you didn't know that this particular area, section, panel was going to be that worse. So it's taking you a bit more time. If they need to leave within an hour or so and you promise to be done in 30 minutes, then just reschedule. Yes, you'll lose money. You won't make as much, but hey, you need to give the customer the best experience possible. Let me know down in the comments below what you think. If you've ever ran into this problem yourself, check the description down below for more information, and I'll see you on the next video.